cosmetic work, but a lot of the real work was done underground. And this was at the cost of, the region was the major sponsor. So wear two hats on behalf of the region of Halton. They spent about $1.9 million connecting all the water mains and the sanitation. So now we have a safer community and a cleaner community. So the sanitation's hooked up, so there's a lot of work that was done all underground. I have to, on behalf of members of council, commend the extra improvements that the BIA have done, and that they are the bump outs, the trees, and they made Acton look like a very friendly community. And we have a lot of special people here today as well, and I'd like to introduce some of the councillors that are here. We have Councillor Clark Somerville, we have Councillor John Hurst, we have Councillor Joan Robson, and of course we're very pleased that Mike Chong is here as well. And we have a warm community here in Halton Hills. It's not quite as cold as Ottawa can be. So get used to coming down here, and we appreciate you and your wife Carrie joining us. Once again, I'd like to congratulate the members of the BIA and also thank the region and town of Halton Hills for the work that they did. Now, without any further ado, I'd like to introduce a gentleman who had a store in town for many, many years. He's one of our characters in town, and if anybody wants a quick joke, and he can't say it publicly, but everybody knows him, and he was actually one of the founding members of the business improvement area in Acton, and he dedicated a lot of time for improvements. As a matter of fact, the parking lot to the south was the old Dane Kentner's home, and that was one of this gentleman's brainwaves that he had, and he came to the town to get, because he realized that there's a need for parking going back in the late 60s or 70s. So this man's enjoying his life in retirement, and he still gets actively involved, and I have the odd conversation with him. So without any further ado, I'd like to ask Paul Nielsen to say a few words. So everybody give Paul a warm round of applause.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mayor, Your Worship. Back in 1964, I became president of the Acton Chamber of Commerce, and my research showed that the inaugural meeting at the Acton Chamber, they had a speaker from Chicago, a town planner. His thesis was, if Acton is going to survive, you must have off-the-street parking. I picked up that theme and did all I could in order that we should have off-the-street parking. When Hutchins Bakery came available, Hutchins retired, I bought the building, and I talked the town into putting the first off-the-street parking in right at that site. Later, I formed a partnership with Max Simon, Fred Gordon, Kong Wong, and John Wong to buy up properties facing the Church Street. The idea was to rip them down, and they had deep backyards, and we would have more public parking that way. After 5 years of having these investments, and the town would not move on it, we contacted a couple of students from University of Toronto. They had written a book about the business improvement area, particularly about the Bloor Street West village. And we, between us, formed the Acton BIA. The reason for that was that at that point I was sitting on these properties. I had no more partners, and it didn't bring me any money, so I was very eager to get this parking going. The result was that the Acton BIA borrowed about $250,000 and bought the final building on the corner of this street and Church Street, and we got parking. It's still insufficient, but I think it is not a good idea to take parking off both sides of this street. the parking on the south side can be done away with, but parking on the north side, particularly because the police are allowed to park, it forms a bottleneck. If the police can park on the north side, why can't everybody else? Yeah, the police on yeah, I'm sorry, I misspoke. It's the south side I'm talking about. I believe that parking should be allowed on the south side, and the parking limit should be strictly enforced so nobody can park their cars there for any length of time. I just want to give you a quick insight to what Acton's downtown was like in 1964. We had a Canadian Tire. We had 3 grocery stores, 2 shoe stores, 3 ladies stores, 2 drug stores, 2 hardware stores, 1 butcher, 1 baker, 3 banks, 3 print office, 1 flower shop, 2 furniture stores, 2 menswear stores, 1 children's wear store, 1 shoe repair shop, that was top, 1 service station, 1 car repair stop. So the Acton downtown was somewhat different. But I want to emphasize, and in closing, to tell you, it's well worth to shop in Acton. Thank you.
Thanks very much, Paul. One more thing before we finish off. We have passports for the various restaurants in town. I believe they're $10, and you get a couple of choices of samples at each restaurant. I believe there's 5 or 6 restaurants involved. Once again, thanks very much for coming out on such a miserable day and trying to make the best of it. Thanks again. We're going to have a cutting the ribbon ceremony now, too. And the cake. We're going to have cake, too.